On this night in downtown Atlanta, the homeless line up in the cold and the darkness for food. One of them, a 3-month-old baby.
And no one would give us help, and that's all we've been asking for is help. We would do anything that we can to keep this baby out of the cold.
The infant is sick, and the strain on her parents is so great it brings the street missionaries to tears. The baby's father is an Iraq War veteran who says the family shelters are always full, and the others won't take them because the baby's too young.
It's unbearable to a point where you can't put it in words.
So like many who live on the streets of Atlanta, they find a way to survive.
And basically, we're out here living wherever we can, sometimes on the bridges, sometimes in the hospital waiting rooms.
It is just before 9 a.m. and there's already a line outside the main branch of the Fulton County Library downtown. Many are here to get a good spot because they'll be here all day. They're the ones who are homeless and use the library as a homeless shelter.
So I don't know if there's anything at all that we can do. I would not favor a policy that would restrict so-called homeless people from coming in.
Indeed, no such policy exists. By law, the library is open to everyone as long as they obey the rules. Many patrons find it uncomfortable, but are resigned to what has become a new normal.
It's not a good place for them to go, but when they don't have any place to go, where do they go?
So what would I do if I were driving and saw a tornado? Well, I might try to get out of its path. If I could tell that the tornado was going here from left to right, I would probably try to drive away from it, ideally off to the right of its path. That would most of the time be toward the south or southeast. If I didn't have time to do that or roads to do that, depending on the circumstances, I might get into a ditch, but I'd get far away from the car so it wouldn't roll on top of me. Or I might try to drive the car a little bit into the ditch, making it a little bit less likely to tumble, but yet giving me some protective measures from the metal body of the car. In any rate, none of these are absolute guarantees of your safety, but they're meant to try to improve your chances of surviving.
Sunday in southern Indiana, an all-out push to clean up tornado-ravaged communities, but the job is just overwhelming.
Total destruction.
Simply restoring power and phone service is a challenge. Leon Gilbert spent the weekend picking through what's left of his farm.
You just start one board at a time, I guess.
He's lived here his whole life.
I see my family's life's work that I've been a part of. My brother, my sisters, my kids, their kids, my whole family has been part, it's been what we do.
Vietnam vet Joanne Murphy just moved here 6 months ago from San Antonio. She rode out the storm in a closet.
As soon as I looked up and saw the sky, I said, my house is gone.
Days later, the scale of the damage is still hard to comprehend. Maybe the hardest story of all is that of 15-month-old Angel Babcock. First responders found the toddler fighting for her life in this Kentucky field. Her mom, dad, and 2 brothers already killed. On Sunday, Angel passed away after being pulled off life support.
It's time for her to meet her mommy and daddy.
Meanwhile, in West Liberty, utter destruction.
I just thought we was going to die. There at the very end, I just thought, it was over.
Everyone has a story. In Alabama, Greg Cook lost his home, but only cared about finding his best friend, Coco. A symbolic victory over Mother Nature. For the Weather Channel, I'm Al Roker.
Just hell. Hell's what happened here. That's the only way to describe it.
We watched this tornado develop, push across all of southern Indiana, in through northern Kentucky, almost into West Virginia, and then eerily, right behind that, another tornado developed and almost followed the same track. So if the first one didn't hit you, the second one was coming right in.
I seen the tornado come towards town, and it was huge. I seen it come up, come down, go up, and throwing debris everywhere. It was ugly.
Crashes, glass flying everywhere. It was like a dream. we got on the buses and we started heading to my house, and the tornado was following us. Luckily, this woman was so generous to let us stay in her basement.
We're alive, that's what counts.